Am I the asshole for telling my mom not to act so shocked after warning her multiple times? My 14 female mom has recently forced me to complete my Silver Award project. I had no time. I was juggling online language courses, completing some high school summer credits, etc. I was a busy bitch. At the beginning of the project, I told her multiple times I wasn't happy and didn't want to do the project because I was so busy. I was forced to miss out on important plans as well. My girlfriend's birthday celebration, a vacation trip with my friend group they had been planning for months, interning at a fantastic company that could have potentially offered me a scholarship, etc., to work on the project. My mom has grounded me for weeks just because I told her that I hated this whole thing. I tried talking to her about it but she never listens. I couldn't even catch a break. I ended up going way over the hour minimum of the project. 50 hours was the minimum. I got about 80. Plus all the undocumented hours of research she made me do. I was miserable. She didn't even let me pick my own project, she chose the project herself. Silver Awards are supposed to be fun. I have told her multiple times I hated the whole project and she always yelled at me. And #X200B. Anyways, my mom recently unexpectedly dragged me to a meeting with some Daisy Troop and demanded that I told them about my experience with earning my Silver Award honestly. So I did. I told them that it took up a lot of my time and I had to miss out on important plans. I didn't sugarcoat it. I told them if they wanted to do the Silver Award they should make sure they have the time for it and it should be their choice, not their parents'. I went on to explain how to choose an idea they would have fun with, how to connect with others, and more advice. My mom stood there like she just got shot. After the meeting, she dragged me to the car and yelled at me. How dare I lie to those young girls? I told her that I explained my experience truthfully as she said. She said my answer was unbelievable and unexpected. I told her not to act so shocked because I literally told her I hated this shit on many occasions and she chose not to listen. Did she expect me to show up to that Daisy meeting and act like I had bundles of fun? I may have been an asshole for telling the troop about my experience but I didn't want them to have the same one as me because I was miserable. Am I the asshole here? And #X200B. ETA. The troop leader pulled me aside after and told me she liked my speech. She said she wholeheartedly agrees because she didn't enjoy her Silver Award either as a kid. ETA again. A Silver Award is a prestigious community service reward. The Girl Scout must come up with a sustainable solution to a problem in her community. The hour minimum is 50 hours of work. Not the asshole. Your mom is sour and abusive. Gambling on ruining her kid's scholarship just to show off she can control you. NTA. Your mom is using you as her little prop. Look at me, my kid did this. I'm such a great mom. This was all about your mom, and how your mom wanted to show off in front of her friends, family. Be warned when it comes to choosing your career. She'll pull the same stunt and force you to choose a college course that she thinks will make her look good in front of her friends, family rather than a career you might enjoy. Am I the asshole for threatening to evict my SM and SS? So my 18 female, dad, 45 male, and I have lived together since my mom passed away 7 years ago. They bought a house together and after she passed, I inherited her half of the house. Next year I'm moving out for college and my dad's fiancée, 39, her daughter, 14, and their dog, 2 male, are moving in. Our house has 3 floors, my room's on the 2nd floor. I chose it specifically because it has many windows and I like light. I was also able to make it so that not only it could become my safe haven but my cats, 6 female, as well. The 3rd floor has an independent bathroom, is separated into a room with only 1 window, and another one that could work as a sort of game room or office with a little nook on the side that we padded. I assumed that my stepsister would be moving there since it's bigger, she would have her own bathroom, and that nook is perfect for their dog, who likes small places much more than my cat. When I was packing up my things to start the move, my dad started bringing boxes in. I asked what they were and he said they were my SS's things, that he was putting them there for when she moved into my room. I tried to keep as calm as possible, asking him why he didn't consult me about this since it was my room, and if it wouldn't be better for her to stay in the other room. He said he didn't talk to me because it was his house and I'd be leaving anyway. So I reminded him that I was in fact co-owner of the house, that I'd still be coming back, and that this room is my cat's safe haven, who would have to stay here since I can't have her at the dorms, and I didn't want to disrupt her even more than she already would be with a dog in the house. She doesn't like dogs. My dad scoffed and said if I wanted to pull that card I should have been paying bills, and I completely blew up. I told him that while I didn't pay bills, I cleaned, cooked, and did laundry on my own for 5 years while working a 60-hour week for school so I could get a full ride scholarship, which I did. I told him that without me, this house wouldn't even be livable, and he can't just dismiss that. He said none of that matters now since I'd be moving away, so I did something that I'm not sure I should have done. I went out the next day and used some money I had saved up to buy security cameras, installed them in my room, then went to my dad. I showed him the live feed and said that SS would not be moving into my room, and my room wouldn't be disturbed, or I'd evict my SM and SS. Legally I can't evict him, but I can evict them. If my cameras are removed, they get evicted. If they do not comply, they get evicted. My dad was fuming, called me an asshole and accused me of wanting to ruin his happiness. I feel like I may have gone a tad too far here. Am I the asshole? Edit. I gave my SM a call cause we've always been civil before this and explained the situation to her cause I didn't want to deal with my dad as of now. Both her and my SS understand my side completely and told me they weren't made aware of this. My SS has admitted she's always planned to move upstairs since her dog likes it and she enjoys the independence and extra privacy she would have, especially since she has anxiety and often needs time to just be alone and recharge. If they move in, she's gonna have a serious talk with my dad. It won't be on his terms. She said that in the event that the move happens, they'll make sure my cat is well taken care of and my room left undisturbed. I kinda feel guilty for assuming they knew already, but I feel much better now knowing that they're on my side. Edit 2. All 4 of us had a talk together. He was still being weird but a bit less, if that makes sense. Maybe cause he was being confronted by all of us. SM and SS agreed to move in still, although they've put themselves on a trial run and will keep paying rent on their other apartment until the end of the year, when their lease runs out, instead of breaking the lease right away. We've scheduled an appointment at a therapist for early next week, soonest we could get, to try to work through this. As I've said in my comments, this attitude really came out of the blue for him and maybe a therapist can help him deal with everything better. I gave my SS a tour of my room and explained how to care for my cat, then told her if she needed anything from my room while I'm away to just give me a call. Then we went upstairs and I helped her make her plans to customize her room since I did it once already and she had no idea where to start off. We should be okay. I hope therapy will help. Not the asshole. One of my main concerns reading this was that your cat would be safe while you're away. It doesn't sound like he cares very much for you, so it seems reasonable that they wouldn't take care of your cat. So, I'm that respect, the camera seem like a good idea. Your dad seems like a jerk. Paying bills is one thing, sure, but that doesn't negate the legality of your ownership. I do recommend, however, that you start contributing as much as you can, if you're able, so that he can't use that against you. Side note. Do you have anyone that you trust to come in and check on your cat regularly while you're away? On a totally side note, I'm really happy your stepmom and stepsister have your back. Not the asshole. Why would anyone think it's okay to move someone else into your room without even asking you? Especially when there's another available room. Sell the house, take your half of the dollar and move on with your life. Not the asshole. Dad is a massive one though. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter she's a hypocrite? Basically, my 38M, ex, 37F, came out as a lesbian at the start of the year and we ended 22 years together and are now divorced. Even though I want a clean break, we have to be friends for the sake of the kids, so we see each other often. We navigated a split and divorce mutually. She still considers me her best friend. We have 3 kids together, 21M, 18F, 16M. So we know about what each other do. As far as I know, she's had loads of girlfriends since she came out and now is going out with a younger woman, 26F. I only ever had been with my ex in my whole life, so recently I decided to get out there and started dating. I hooked up with and am going out with a 26F myself. The only person I've ever been with other than my ex. It's basically a sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship. I know it won't last and am in no illusions about how it looks, but I'm enjoying myself for the first time in ages. We'll call her Elle. Me and Elle were out last week and I didn't realize it, but my ex-sister-in-law, who's married to my cousin, saw me. I then met up with my cousin this week and he asked me about Elle and I admitted to him the above and that I'm enjoying it. He didn't say much. But it later got around to my family after he told his wife. My daughter rang me saying she heard about me going out with L and said she finds it disgusting I'm dating a younger woman and her mum agrees I could do better. I told her I know about her mum dating her younger woman too, so she can't say shit. She got all defensive and said it's different, and I asked her why and she couldn't say why. I said she's a hypocrite basically and should mind her own business and hung up. A bit later my ex rang saying my daughter is upset and I should apologize. I said I won't and they should butt out my business. Apparently that wasn't cool, so she hung up and now my daughter's refusing to talk to me. I'm torn. I don't think I'm in the wrong as such, but maybe I could have handled it better. Am I the asshole? Edited to add my daughter is bi. Not sure if that makes a difference, but she came out to me first at 16 because my ex was quite judgmental and homophobic. Also to clarify after a good point someone else made, my relationship isn't an official sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship, it's unofficially that. We have talked about it and she is open, she is mainly with me for the money and I don't mind spoiling her, but officially it's not one. Not the asshole. You're right, her stance was hypocritical. Not the asshole, your daughter and ex are being total unreasonable hypocrites. She couldn't tell you exactly what was wrong because there's nothing wrong with it. Someone, be it her or your ex, is trying to cause drama for attention. So, your daughter thinks it's okay for her mom to have an S.O. 11 years younger, but it's not okay for you to have an S.O. who is 12 years younger. Double standards. Not the asshole. Not the asshole since she can't articulate why it's different. But you admit that it's a sugar daddy situation, which is fine, but is your ex's situation the same or is it serious? Because it almost seems like you're dating her because she's 26 just to prove something to your ex. Either way it isn't your daughter's business. Not the asshole. I don't love the age gap in either case, but don't see how gender matters at all. Am I the asshole for not letting a mother cut in line? Okay, it's pretty straightforward, but my friends are torn about this. Me 29F was visiting my hometown when a Harry Potter pop-up store was supposed to open the next day. That is very special in our city. So I got up early and went to the store. There were about 50 people in front of me, but I was about 5 hours early, so that was fine. I stood in line, excited, while friends texted me, telling me what they wanted and sending me the money. At about 11:30 the doors opened. They let the first 50 in and I was about to be next when a large group of people cut in line from the side. I simply said, "Hey." But the woman only turned and said, "Shish," then turned around again. Security came back to let us in and I loudly told him that they cut in line. A huge discussion broke out, others behind me backing me up that they cut. The line was really long at this time, about 4 hours when started at the end. Security put them aside, but the woman refused to move, arguing that her 3 kids wouldn't be able to stand in line for 4 hours. She was sent away and because she made such a fuss forbidden to come into the store again. I got a lot of cool merch for me and my friends. But some say I was the asshole because I told on them. Others say the father could have stood in line and the kids could have joined him when he was up front. So am I the a-hole for not letting a mother cut in line? Oh, the rules do not apply to you for you have mothered children? Tish pish, not the asshole. Not the asshole. People waited online for hours and hours to get into that pop-up and she has the nerve to tell you to SSHH when she cut you. Entitled much? If you hadn't said something someone else would have. Not the asshole. It sounds like no one was holding their place in line, making it unfair to those that waited patiently in line with others while the mother taught her kids that they do not have to wait like everyone else. Not the asshole. I have 3 kids and can't even imagine feeling so entitled. This is insane. Wrong subreddit. This is 100% an R, entitled Parent Story. Not the asshole.